Hi, welcome to the studio. I'm Chef Gordon Rader. We're going to do a really simple recipe today with Vietnamese product. I love Vietnamese food. I know you've heard that before, but I happened to be up there this past weekend and they introduced me to a new dish. And the name eludes me, but I'll find it. They pronounce it so much better than I do. But it's actually a very simple preparation. We'll talk about some of the ingredients. It's shrimp on sugar cane or lemongrass. And if you can find sugar cane, and again, if you go to Des Moines and you go to Double Dragon on 2nd Street, you'll find that. You'll find lemongrass. I like the lemongrass better. And lemongrass, I've got some shards of it here that you can pick up. And again, it's an Asian ingredient, which when you cut into the base, you know, it's got this very fragrant aroma of lemon, and it's very, very nice. So basically what we've done is taken that base piece and cut those off to give us some skewers for the actual shrimp dish. And it's not whole shrimp, but we use whole shrimp in the preparation. And anything that you may have, since you're cooking shrimp all the time at home in your freezer, I've got 1620s that I like to use at the house. Fairly common to have the 1620. That means there's 16 to 20 per pound. 2125 is a little bit smaller. Okay, so whatever you like to use. But the main thing is there's about a pound of shrimp in this. And aside from the shrimp, and you're going to have to use your Robot or your Cuisinart, or you can get a knife and just manually, you know, chop it. Cuisinart works really well, or any of your food processors. Just Cuisinart's a brand that I like to use because it works, holds up for a long time. Basically very simple. The lemongrass, which we have here, okay, and we've cut, again, that base end off so we have a skewer. And what's going to happen is we put this paste on here, and then we steam it, and it goes onto the grill. You've got this incredibly fragrant shrimp dish. It's excellent. You're going to love it. Cornstarch, egg yolk, sugar, and fish sauce. And the sugar and the fish sauce are two very important elements. I have a bottle of this. Three Crabs brand is my favorite. But this is basically fermented fish parts, and it's used as an umami. In other words, it enhances the flavor of foods, and it's a great source of protein. So that's one of the reasons when you have a very low protein diet, you know, these type of things really help you nutritionally. And it has an unusual smell, but you'll find once you get past the smell and into the taste, you'll crave it. I mean, I love this. Nuoc Mam is the sauce that they use on all their, it's like a dipping sauce with fish sauce. It has lime, it has vinegar, it has garlic, it has chilies. It's excellent, excellent stuff. Also shallot. Shallot is another very important ingredient in Vietnamese cooking. Black pepper as well, and then garlic. Basically all we've done is taken all of these ingredients together, and again the proportions will be available if in fact you want to take a chance and make this great dish, into a food processor. And it doesn't look very pretty, but this is what you come up with. Okay, and don't go too far into a puree. Leave a little bit of texture to it. Okay, leave a bit of texture to it. That's going to make a difference. Ultimately, this is a great dish for older people too, like myself. You know, whose choppers don't quite work the way they used to. It's a fantastic. The flavor is phenomenal. Basically, all we're doing is taking a piece, and you can use again sugar cane, because this is a great, you know, sweet dish that is the sugar cane cooks on top of the grill. You know, it kind of, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Permeates is the word that I'm trying to think of into the shrimp itself. It's excellent, but I like the lemongrass better. A little bit of acidity. So basically, you take your very clean hand, okay, and you're just going to go around the edge, and preferably a wet hand too. That's going to make a big difference. Sonny, did you find that to be helpful? To have a wet hand? Yeah? And this is going to go directly into the steamer at this point. So you can have a double boiler on top of the stove, or you could have a little bit of water in the bottom of a dish in a microwave dish in the microwave. Stick it in there for 30, 45 seconds. That's going to steam that as well. So it's convenient, it's quick, it's easy. Make up a bunch of them, and then we'll show you what happens next. But first I got to wash my hands. So we've taken the shrimp from the steamer or the microwave, and we've gone directly to a hot grill, because you want to get that nice caramelization from the sugars, so you get that nice brown piece. And basically very simple. You know, you can get the Nuoc Mam that you've made. We talked about that before. I showed you a recipe for it. You can buy that in a jar as well that's already made, or you can get some sweet and sour. I don't like the sweet and sour sauce with it. I think just a little straight fish sauce and a little bit of garlic, a little bit of lime, That's a really nice piece. But I happen to have some fresh herbs from the garden. If you have some Vietnamese herbs, that would be nice. What I've got is just an assortment of things from our garden that really make a nice aromatic presentation. And the odors, the smells that are coming off of those herbs when you put the hot piece down, the hot shrimp down, is really nice. And of course you want some acid too, some lemon or lime. Traditionally lime would be the thing to go with. Okay, I'm going to wipe this down a little bit. And so we can just imagine you make 6, 8, 10, 12, 27, because that's how many I can eat, and onto your little platter, and away you go. So it's really quick. You can chew on the lemongrass too at the same time that you're going into the shrimp. It's a great flavor. It's really wonderful. So that's a nice dish. I think it's superb. You know, you need to try it. Go up to 488 on 2nd Street next to Lucky Dragon and stop in and eat theirs. You're going to love it. Everything they make up there is incredible. So hopefully cook, get your kids in the kitchen. You guys have fun.